What's going on, man? It's your boy the Captain. Today we finna watch a Steve Wilkos recap. Way back Wilkos. And the title of this video is called She Won't Let Me See My Son. So we finna get straight into that one. Let's do it.
Did you ever tell him that his son was dead?
I never did. He's a joke, Steve. He's a freaking joke. He hasn't seen his kid in 5 years, and that's because of his own doing, not my own. He came, we were together for 2 years before I had my son. We were in love, it was love at first sight. I mean, everything was great, and I got pregnant. I ended up in the hospital. I had something at work, and he ended up in a motorcycle accident. Ever since then, it was different. I was about 6.5 months pregnant, and he, oh, I'm going to go to North Carolina, my family. I'm going to set everything up. I'm going to come get you. I'm going to come back and get. I waited, and I waited, and waited.
Wait for it. Here it comes. Almost there.
And the first time he saw his son, he was 2.5 years old, and was on my dime.
And
That's crazy.
How many times has he seen his son?
Well, my son's going to be 5 this summer, so I'm going to say a total of maybe a week period altogether in 5 years.
And your son, is he wondering how
That's gross, bro.
Around?
My son's a very smart little boy. He picks up with, because now he's at that age where he sees his friends, has kids, fathers, and their fathers play with them, and it's always, Mommy, where's Daddy? How come Daddy's not at my birthday parties? How come Daddy, doesn't call me? Why doesn't he return my phone call? And what do you say?
That's sad. That's sad as hell. Especially the reality of like kids growing up. Yeah, but back in my day, like kids, like we'd hang out in the neighborhood. Like all of us wouldn't have dads type shit. You know what I mean? It was. I wouldn't say it didn't really hit me until I had a kid of my own, and I was like, I actually exist. Like I'm here with him. I exist with him. You know what I'm saying? It's a little weird when you look at it like that, because when you're a kid, I don't know how y'all grew up, but some kids, they don't give a damn. They're just like, oh, I'm having fun, enjoying life. What the fuck do I need a dad for? Your dad doesn't even cross your fucking mind, right? You got other kids who are like this. Where's my dad at? You know what I'm saying? Birthday parties, Christmases, Easter, New Year's, all that shit, bro. Where's my father? There's kids like that, bro. I'm just glad that, I can be in mine. If you got kids, you should be in your kid's life too.
Say to a little kid, like, what do you say to him? And I don't talk bad about, to my son about his father.
So I got to go back to this story where Brian says that you called him up and said your son is dead.
Oh, I can't wait.
He just made that up.
What you mean I can't wait?
That part he made up. I'm going to tell you what happened. Like I said, the first time he saw his son was 2.5. 6 months after that, he called me up saying, I'm so sorry. I love you. I just want a family. I want my son to grow up. Okay. He showed up at my house from North Carolina with 3 suitcases.
Okay.
And, okay, we were going to, try. Now, I had a little anger, because resentment. You abandoned me. You left me to take care of everything on my own. So, he was outside smoking a cigarette, and I was doing something with my son on the bed, and his cell phone went off. Now, I'm nosy, and I looked at it. And there was another female, and it says, I love you.
Don't do that. Curiosity killed the cat, man. Curiosity killed the cat. She said, I looked at the message and said, it said, I love you. Dude, curiosity will always kill, especially if you one of them go through your significant other's phone, you know what I'm saying, type people. You're going to get in there. And it's going to be either A, you're going to find what you're looking for, or B, you're going to look dumb as hell. Because you can crazy talk yourself into a circle. But once you look in the phone and you don't find nothing, you can be like, oh, no, I know they doing something. I don't know how the female thinking process is. That's just how I think it works. If there's nothing there, there was something there.
Close out. Here we go. Oh my God. Now he's looking at Nate. Oh, Nate, mine.
That's what it is. Females are. Whew. It's crazy. They just need a lot of reinsurance, bro.
And I miss you. I know I'm not supposed to contact you, but I couldn't help myself. So
no, I couldn't help myself.
I want to know what's going on. So I went outside and confronted him. He didn't say a word to me. He came in the house, grabbed his suitcase, grabbed his bag, and out the door. My son was 3 at the time and chased after him.
Oh man, that's like the worst thing you can do, bro. That's the worst thing you can do. You get confronted with cheating, and you just don't say a word. You just walk out. I mean, I guess it's the best thing you could do. If you guilty as fuck, and you know you've been caught, you just caught me red-handed.
You got me.
You just bounce.
Down his daddy, where are you going? Why are you leaving?
Daddy's getting kicked
I
out.
went after him with the stroller to try to put my kid in, and I'm screaming at him. I'm like, he's like, that's it, I'm done, da. And I'm like, what do you mean you're done? Like, I thought you were coming back, we were gonna fix this, we were gonna work this out. So I called him up, and now at this point I'm intoxicated because it was like a period of, I don't know, maybe an hour or so.
Okay.
So I said to him, is no longer. And I hung up the phone. And that was it. Next thing you know, my girlfriend comes over to go.
Well, what is somebody supposed to read into that?
Well, I don't remember the rest of the, but like I said, I didn't
Cap.
say, oh, he's dead. You know what I mean?
She remembers all that other shit, but she don't remember what she said.
The last night, well, I was drunk, Steve. I don't I
That's
don't.
pretty terrible to let someone believe
Steve,
that their
honestly,
child is dead.
I
She's
didn't
cooked.
lead him to believe. I honestly didn't. What I'm saying is, I would never collectively, soberly, ever.
But you did.
Yeah.
It's-
Steve. Bro, the glazing on this show is crazy.
but
Anytime Steve says some shit, they be like, Steve. I'm cutting that shit out the video.
Soberly,
All right,
yeah,
but
a
I'm
lot of
not
us
gonna-
want to do a lot of things.
But Steve,
when
I'm
we're
not going to make
intoxicated, we
excuses
do a
for
lot
it.
of
I'm not
dumb
going to make
things.
excuses for it. I'm not.
Okay. Did you ever love Brian?
I love Brian from the moment I saw him.
Do you still love him?
I love him. Yes, I do. But I'm not going to tolerate it. I'm not going to tolerate the cheating. I'm not going to tolerate the lying. I'm not. I'm sick of it.
Now, I know that this guy probably broke your heart. He's not He's not acting the way you want. But aren't you kind of like using your son to hurt him?
No.
Yes.
Because the thing, what I get to is I get back to the story of you see the woman's calling on a cell phone.
But this is after the fact,
no,
Steve.
Hold on. Can I finish?
I'm sorry.
Let bro talk.
You see it,
She's
you
cooked.
get mad, you confront them, you haven't been together. Couldn't you just let that slide and see how things
Well, you know
would
what?
work
I could
out?
have.
It's a
But
fact.
it turned out, right after he left, he was with somebody the whole time he came up, wanted his
Yeah, but
family.
you didn't know that was going to happen.
No,
True.
I didn't know. But you know what? It's just
It still happened though.
It's just how he is.
It's fucked
So,
up.
do you want Brian back?
I want him to be a father to our son. My thing is that either you're gonna do what you need to do. I know you live far away, but hello, phone.
Okay. But if Brian came out here and said, you know what, I'm sorry, Meredith, I love you, I'm going to be the best guy in the world to you, you'd be pretty happy with that, right?
It'd be a validation.
Man, don't believe shit nobody say like that after they done dogged your ass out. Don't believe shit like that, bro. Don't believe it, bro. Whatever they say is bullshit. I'm not gonna say it's bullshit, but like that's why you got one mouth and 2 ears, bro. And you got 2 eyes. You can see and hear 2 times as good as you can talk. Cause you know what I'm saying? You got
2 eyes.
2 ears.
fuck it, moving on.
To my self-esteem, but like I said, my son is my world.
Sure he is.
He really
of course
is, and
he's dead.
I don't-
After you said he was
Not
dead.
one bit. My thing is, I think this is not about your son. I think this is, you've been hurt by Brian, and you still have feelings
How
for
can
Brian.
that be? How can that be?
Bro, Steve!
You could use that against him.
A lie detector, pretext.
Fucking idiot,
He asked me
bro.
some questions, but I wasn't hooked up to a lie detector test.
Okay.
That's the truth.
In your interview, you were very emotional and
Yes.
dramatic, and you cried. You cried throughout the whole interview process.
I'm very emotional.
We asked you about the whole Tom Bryan. Did he die in a car accident?
I don't remember
About your
much
son.
of that. I really don't.
You confessed to being drunk and not remembering what
Yes.
you may have said, and can't deny saying it.
I can't.
Yeah, you can.
So
She said
Are
it,
you
bro.
coaching on what to say to Brian on the phone?
no.
You confessed to times asked Dad questions that he asked her, and then we asked you, are you using your son to try to get Brian back?
No.
You confessed to wanting them to be a family and have Brian have contact with his
I
dad.
want them to have a relationship instead of this chaoticness.
You want to
True.
be in a relationship with Brian. You confessed that you still love him.
I'll vote for him, yes.
And it hurts, and you want them
Of course it hurts.
and you want them together as a family.
I want him to have his father. You know?
Do you have any idea at all why Brian broke up with you?
He cheated on me while I was pregnant with a mutual friend.
With a mutual
With a
friend.
mutual friend.
That's gross. That's fucked up too.
Let's find out what Brian has to say.
Okay.
What you gotta say, B Rye? What you gotta say, B Rye? Ah, this nigga look like a Brian.
Alright, first of all,
I'm using my son.
let me talk. You
Yeah,
had your
okay,
chance to
sure,
talk,
go ahead.
let me talk.
But I'm not
Okay.
gonna let you tell me.
You're using my son as a pawn against me.
Really?
Yes,
As a
you
pawn.
are.
Really? How am I
Yes,
doing
you
that?
are. I
How
got a
am I
phone call
doing
from
that?
you. How do I
me?
believe anything that you ever say to me, ever, after you told me my son was dead?
I feel what he's saying on the whole. How am I gonna believe you after what you said? You cheated on her, bro. She don't believe shit you say either. Y'all both sitting there. Y'all both some non-fucking believers. The fuck?
How do I
was
believe?
completely drunk.
How do I
after
believe
you
anything
stepped
you
down
say?
for the second time.
How do I believe
the
anything
second
you
time.
say?
What about the girls
How do I
calling?
believe
Oh,
anything
I want
you
to be
say?
with you and all this other crap. You're a liar. You
Steve.
lie.
Would you want to deal with that for 2 years?
Well, then you shouldn't do what you need to do. Then you wouldn't have to deal with it.
I don't even have
Fuck.
a chance to get a word in edgewise.
Again, I can't get past the fact. Being drunk does not excuse.
Here it comes.
I'm saying it's an
Because
excuse.
fact.
I don't know. I was intoxicated. That's
God.
all I know.
Why would I get another phone call the next day saying that? How does it feel to have your heart stomped?
I did not
pulled
call
out
you.
your chest and stomped
wait,
on? Whoa, nothing.
The last
You
time I
said
had a
it.
conversation with you was after the police were at my freaking house and asked you what's the
How
deal.
does it feel to have your
I
heart
never
ripped
said
out
that
your
to you.
chest and
I
stepped
never
on?
said that
You're
to you.
a liar.
I'm a liar?
Yes.
Then you're a freaking liar too.
Okay.
Well, he is a liar. He's a
You're a
cheater.
cheater, a manipulator.
He knows
Let's
this.
Let's keep it
He
real.
knows all of these
You're
things.
manipulating the
let's go.
situation because you can't have me.
So
Why
Brian,
haven't you been in your
Because
son's
you
life?
can't have me. I
Why
can't
haven't
have
you
a,
been
I
in
can't
your
have a
son's
relationship
life?
because you won't let me.
Me?
You
What is
will
your
not
son's
let me.
favorite color? What does he like to
You
do?
won't let
you
me.
know not. I
Why
won't
don't you let him talk to me and maybe he can tell me that
Really?
stuff?
He don't know you.
Let him know me.
How?
Let him come to me.
Come to you?
Yes.
Let him come to you.
Let him come to me.
can you relate to this story? Need my help? Call 1.
It's a little heated in there. Little hot. You feel me? Little hot. But nah, judging off the situation, bro, how I can see it is this, bro. She wants him to be there. She made it seem like he's not making no effort to be there. And he's making it seem like she won't even budge to let him be there. Like he's trying to be there. But she not letting it happen. She's saying that he ain't even giving it a fucking try. It's a bunch of he say, she say going on right now. That's about it. I can't really take no sides on it.
888-STEVE-07. Does it bother you that you haven't seen your son in 2 years?
Yes, very much so. It
How
hurts me
often
so
you
bad.
try to call him? See, you talk to
How
him?
often?
I try to call, but when I call and I feel like he's being
How
pushed.
often you try? See, you got a
How
little
often?
bit of her problem now. Just answer the question.
Okay.
How often you try to call?
Not as often as I should.
You could use that against him.
Okay, there you go. So you're not calling as much as
Not
you
often.
should.
No.
Okay.
What about
So
when
he-
your son calls you and
in
you
and
don't
out.
answer or return his phone call? After I bought that kid 2 prepaid cell phones, so you didn't have to have contact with me. And then I got to hear, Daddy, why aren't you picking up the phone? Daddy, why don't you love me? Daddy, why don't you see me?
Okay. Is that true?
When he asked me, why don't you love me? To me, that is something that is put into a child's head.
Right.
Okay?
Because you love your
Why
son.
you don't see me?
Do you love your son?
Yes, I love my son very much.
Okay. Did you walk away from your son while he was crying?
No, I walked away from his mother.
But he was there.
And
And she's
and what
after
she
you.
didn't tell you is, halfway in that walk, I stopped. I got on one knee and looked him in his face and told him,
That
I
was
love
20
you.
minutes after I got to the
I
train
told him
station
I
that you were
love
there.
I
No,
am
you
not
said,
leaving
"Don't lie
you.
to
I
me."
am leaving your mother.
Do you pay her child support?
Yes.
You know, 5 years, no
No
birthdays,
birthday
no
gift,
Christmas.
no Christmas,
Months
no
and
call,
months.
no nothing. But
You
I
have-
I'm
called
sick of
him,
it.
Wait a second.
and
Hold on.
I called,
Hold on.
and you hung
Hold
up
on.
on me
Hold
on
on.
Christmas
So
Day.
what?
On
Good.
Christmas Day, you hung up on me when I asked you to speak to
You
my
don't
son.
deserve that beautiful little boy back there.
That is
You
not
don't
your
deserve
call.
him.
Yep, here she go.
That is not yours.
It
That
is
is not your call.
See, when people get to yelling at each other, they expose themselves. They expose themselves. The truth coming out. He saying that he ain't calling like he should. She said you don't deserve him. So is she really holding him back? Or is she really not making the effort? Does she feel like she has to hold her son back because he's in and out? You know what I'm saying? Not calling as often as he should? Is it really like that? Is the kid being coached? Is this 5-year-old boy on the phone asking his father, why don't you love me? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy word.
You be quiet for a second.
That's not your call.
Brian, you
are not God.
Brian, you haven't bought your son a birthday present, a Christmas present?
At the time, Steve, I did not have a job. I was on
When's the
unemployment.
last time you bought?
And when I
when's
went,
the last time you bought him a present?
The last time I bought him a present,
right,
was when I went to her.
How long ago was that? How long ago was that?
About 2 years ago.
Okay.
And this was
so
right
the last
after.
2 years. You not scraped up a few bucks to buy your son a present?
No, I could have, but at the same time,
Steve! I hate his fucking crowd, bro. He's got Steve's fucking all in they jaws, bro. It's weird. Anyways, bro, some adult entertainment. Whereas, you know what I'm saying, you drink and chill. You got yourself a little video game. You smoke, do whatever you do. You got yourself something. Why can't your little boy get none? That's weird to me, bro. It's really weird to me. How you got your son, you know what I'm saying, living lesser than you?
Trust the fact that she's going to say it's from me. Okay. I have to mail it.
But listen, you're both putting the little boy in the middle. Both of you are doing it.
Yeah.
You're both here today, right?
Both of you suck.
You suck!
You have a son together. You know he's here.
How
he's
unfortunate.
I would love to see him.
Right.
Not for the little boy, but
I would love to see him.
And
Look at him. He looks just like me.
I know.
Does he?
You know what?
You asked for a DNA test, remember?
Oh, God.
You wanted a DNA test, remember?
Oh, he's a handsome young man.
Okay. And how do I get you to go from this stage to back there and both of you acting like adults and
Thank
not
you.
childish children fighting so your son can see you? How's that going to happen?
Me, Steve.
I don't
Every
wanna
time
see-
I
I
talk
don't
to this
wanna have
man,
to see-
I gotta go.
every
I
time
can't
I wanna
talk to
see
you.
my
He
son.
doesn't. He won't do it.
You're both here, so I do believe in your heart you want Brian to be part of your son's life. You want to be part of your son's life. Now, for the next minute, and we're just going to chat here for 1 minute, and if you can be civil, we're going to go back and see your son. If not, I'm going to tell you, go to court and get it resolved, because I tried my best and I can't do it. All right?
Watch them scream, Steve.
And I don't badmouth him to him. I don't do that. I don't badmouth. I don't do that.
That's part of the reason. I mean, that's part of the reason why.
Shut up, boy.
That minute's
You're
almost
not,
up.
you're not perfect.
I never said that I was perfect.
You know,
and I
you
don't
wanna
wanna
you
be
wanna hang
perfect.
me out
And
to
to be
dry,
honest with
Brian.
you, Meredith,
You wanna
to
hang
be
me out to
honest with
dry,
you,
but
please
you know,
let me
be
talk.
real.
You know
with
what?
Let me
us.
talk to you.
You know
Please
what?
let me talk.
Okay.
I just
Please
want you
let
to
me
be
talk.
real.
No. This story
let me
here,
talk.
this story, it's over. The story's over.
Fucking Steve, bro.
I gave you every chance. I gave you every chance. I'm not doing it.
I would
You're
like to
not.
say something to
No, I'm done.
Right.
You want to see your son? You really got that fight in you? Go to court, get a lawyer. I'm not going to take two people that can't be civil to each other for 1 minute and scare a little boy. I will not be party
No, I
to
would
it.
never. I wouldn't do that in front of my children.
You said, you know what? You
It
say
has nothing to do with him.
I would never do that
Listen,
in front of my
you
kids.
guys
They
keep
still
saying
can't
that,
fucking-
But you are adults and you cannot control yourselves on my stage.
Steve.
I am not going
Watch
to be
this.
part of it.
Right when he's done
You
talking.
leave here, you can call him up and tell you where you're going to be, and if you want to do that, meet up, fine. But not in my studio, not on my dime.
I bet they screamed Steve after that. Hey man, that's gonna be the end of the video right there. But if you like the video, drop a like. You got something to say about it? Say something. But last but not least, bro, hit that motherfucking subscribe button, man. It means a lot to me. These videos take forever to edit. Into the next one. Peace.